Good morning, and welcome to the first episode of the Essential Words videocast. I'm going to try this. I want to see how it goes. Here's what my thoughts are. I had the Essential Words podcast, and I was thinking, I want to do this via video. So here we go. We're going to do this via video. What this is messages, thoughts, and ideas I get from deep meditation. And what's amazing about that, what's amazing about how it works, is that I can look at it from the perspective of where am I, what am I doing? Or I can look at it from the perspective of making friends with my subconscious. Now, I have, this is going to sound a little strange, but I have a little librarian who lives in my head. Her name is Edna, and she looks curiously like Edna Mode from The Incredibles, right? She's the costumer. She's also the one who said, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. And I love her. The reason I love her is because that part of my subconscious is the part that I rely on to give me the information I need when I need it. And I'm going to, over the coming years and months, show you all how to get a little librarian of your own. That way you can recall things, determine information, figure out solutions to problems when you don't even have to be the person thinking about it consciously. You can sort of send it back to your subconscious and let your subconscious do all the work. It's way smarter than you are anyway, your subconscious, I mean. So why not let it become the problem solver while you get to live your life? How do I do this? Well, I do it by meditation. I look at my meditation practice as a way of connecting with that part of myself, that subconscious, that sits back here somewhere or up here somewhere. And I let it solve a lot of my problems because I don't necessarily know consciously what the solutions are as I go forward, but my subconscious certainly does, or at least it has a pretty good idea. The trouble is the subconscious is not language oriented. It's more symbol oriented and feeling oriented. So in order for me to be able to communicate with it, I cannot be thinking in words. That's where meditation comes in. In order to connect with that part of myself that's the subconscious, or Edna, I meditate. That's what I do in order to get to that, sort of access that part. So in doing so, I don't use language. Some people use guided meditation, and in fact, I've created guided meditations for some of my coaching clients and in my books, and they work really, really well for specific purposes. But if you have a purpose where you need to get in touch with the other part of yourself, one of the best ways to do that is to meditate without words. And here's the trouble with us. We are thinking beings and we are language-oriented beings, so we need to have some sort of a categorization or a language aspect to just about everything we do. Most of us think in words. We don't think in colors or images. So if we're thinking in words, that means that when we try to meditate, we also think in words. And the second you think in words, you're sort of putting up a little barrier between yourself and your subconscious because, again, it doesn't really do words very well. So what you need to do if you want some kind of verbal thing, create a little mantra for yourself, they call it, or a little phrase that is meaningless to you, but that is very meaningful to the part of your brain that really needs language, right? So if it's meaningless, in other words, you cannot think about what it means to you, you get to utilize it in a way that will help you figure out how to make that connection. You won't have to do it with language, and you don't have to specifically do it with image. You do it with language that's nonsensical, and it allows you access. So that's what we're going for. We're going for access. So today, I'm going to give you a phrase that you can start working with right now. And it's going to be Tumda. Why not, right? Tumda. It's one little phrase, 2 syllables. And if you want to try it, if you want to try and figure out how to get in touch with that subconscious, do that. Sit down comfortably somewhere. You can lie down too. I'm not a stickler for that. Sit down comfortably and breathe a couple of deep breaths. And then repeat Tumda, Tumda, Tumda to yourself a bunch of times. It doesn't have to be out loud. It can be inside. But see what happens if you just keep repeating Tumda, Tumda, Tumda. And let me know. I'd love to hear from you and see how it goes for you, because if what you want is access to this brilliant decision-making, problem-solving, inspirational, inspiring, innovative, creative part of yourself, this is one of the best ways to do it. Alrighty, I hope you've enjoyed today's first episode, and I'll be back with more tomorrow. This, by the way, is Isolde Tea.